Hi everybody, Coach Jorge Capestany here, and I have an interesting video for you today that deals with the topic of does verbally abusive coaching actually work? Now, a lot of people watching this video are going to have strong opinions about this one way or the other, but I'm just going to tell you what my experience is after 30 years of coaching tennis. I believe that verbally abusive coaching actually does not work, at least not in the long run. Now you can always point to examples of Bobby Knight and some people who have great success in the short term, but here's what I find. I had a conversation recently with a family, and they were telling me about how their non-tennis playing child had a coach that was super abusive and was getting to the point where this player, this young boy, couldn't really function very well. He's so afraid of failure and so afraid of being benched and so afraid of being yelled at that he got to the point where his skills actually deteriorated. So here's what I want you to think about. In any athlete, my job is to teach tennis, so I can think of a tennis person. You have the hardware and you have the software. Now the hardware is the stuff that we see on the outside. It's the person's strokes, it's their mechanics, and to a great degree you can see that visually. But the other part that makes up a player or a competitor is the software. That stuff you can't see. That's on the inside, and that really has to do with their confidence and the way they think about themselves. So this is what I found in my own experience. Verbally abusive coaches are in essence putting a virus in this child so that their software is all messed up. And what happens is their software gets messed up to the point where their hardware starts to suffer. So I believe that it's very dangerous, in my opinion, to be a verbally abusive coach. I don't like that style. Now, to be fair, I'm not wired that way, so maybe you might be wired that way and you think it works. But this is just from 30 years of experience, over and over and over, kids that have come to me and have left me. And it does work both ways. I've had on 2 separate occasions parents who wanted me to be much stricter and much tougher to the point that they wanted me to yell. And I'm not that kind of coach. I'm more of a cooperative coach. I like to have fun. And I think that, you know, we've developed 3 national champions, so we've had some success. So I think we know a little bit about what we're doing. And I do think that you can actually become quite good with a verbally abusive coach. But the question is, what's best? And in my opinion, it's best not to be a verbally abusive coach. So what do you do if you're a parent and you have a child with a verbally abusive coach? If it's like my own industry, well, you can just move on to another club and get another professional. But if it's for a team, maybe a high school or a college or a travel team for baseball or Little League, something like that, you're not likely able to switch coaches. So what your job is to do is you're the antivirus software. The parent and the family has to be the anti-virus software. What I mean is when this child's inner thoughts are all poisoned because of all the yelling and screaming and demeaning that they're getting, and their software is fragile and is ready to crash, we have to come up and clean some of that stuff up. The reality is this will help a lot, and sometimes you can recruit the person all the way, and sometimes, frankly, you check in with that person years down the road and their software is still kind of messed up, and that's the way they think of themselves. So be very careful, give this some thoughts. Go ahead and give me some comments down below. I know some people will have some strong opinions about this, but that's just my idea from 30 years in the trenches. I hope it's helpful to you.